Hey everyone! Welcome back to my Galaxy Girls Illustrated Constellations series. On the day I'm posting this, we have less than 1 week left on my Kickstarter. The link will be posted below. We have now unlocked a hardcover book of all 31 of these illustrations, as well as a tutorial of how I did these pieces and some of the lore behind each constellation and each astrological sign. I'm also making my first holographic stickers, my first enamel pins, as well as 31 unlocked holographic, gold foil, and silver foil prints. Gosh, there's so much stuff. There's also a signed book plate that's limited edition to Kickstarter, a bookmark just got unlocked, print of the cover just got unlocked literally as I'm posting this. We just reached 50K, and if we hit 70K, we are going to make a t-shirt out of the Libra design. I'm not a Libra, but I liked her design with all the planets and thought it really encompassed the project as a whole. So click below and read more about the campaign if you're interested and help us bring this project to life. I really want to make that t-shirt, guys. Oh, there's also social media stretch goals involving liking and retweeting and sharing and all that fun stuff for more holographic stickers. So if you can't pledge, or if you do pledge, please check those out and help us get more stickers. Thank you. Okay, back to non-selling mode. I hate selling things. I'm not very good at it. When people come up to me at conventions, I'm kind of just like, here's my stuff. You can look at it and buy it only if you want to. You don't have to. You know, I'm sorry. You know what? I'm just gonna go sit down. Are any of you guys that way? Or some of you business people who are excellent salespeople? My boyfriend is an excellent salesperson. He's a business major. And he just has no problem being a charming salesperson. I don't know how he does it. Anyway, today is finally the Sagittarius constellation. I'm so sorry I haven't finished all of the astrology signs. I've been getting many disappointed and sometimes angry messages on my Instagram about not finishing these signs yet, and I'm sorry. Trying my best. Some people have said, like, you're not doing it because you don't like those signs, which is funny because Capricorn is my sign, so obviously that is not the case. I understand your frustration. I am going to at least post the mock-ups for the remaining 3 astrology signs tomorrow on my Instagram and maybe my Twitter, and of course the Kickstarter campaign page, so you all know what your signs will at least roughly look like. You gotta know what your sign's gonna look like if you're backing an astrology-based Kickstarter project. I get it, I get where you're coming from. Since I already did a horse centaur, I wanted to make Sagittarius a deer centaur. And for some reason, the last few years, I've become obsessed with drawing antlers on women. So any chance I can get to do that, I will do it. If you're interested in the techniques I'm using, as well as the materials, I have already posted a materials video, and since, gosh, this is what, number 21 of this series, the first few especially go over the techniques I'm using, so I don't want to bore my returning viewers by explaining it each time. So if you're really interested, give some of the first videos a look through. After this entire series is over, I definitely plan on making specific technique and material videos. That way you don't have to go searching through all these videos to kind of figure out what I'm doing. But since I'm in such a time crunch, I will probably make the last remaining Galaxy Girls videos a bit of a talking vlog, I guess. Speaking of my videos, I did get monetized back, gosh, the beginning of November, which I was so super excited about. And then the excitement quickly died because no ads were showing on my videos, and now it's almost been a month later and I still don't have any ads. I contacted them a few days after this happened because the first time back before it was harder to get monetized on YouTube, ads played just fine. This is also obviously all my content, and I am lazy still and just use YouTube copyright free music, so there's no reason for me to not have ads. So I contacted them right away and they said to just wait, but it's been a month. So I contacted them again and they said their technical team is working on it, which I'm gonna trust them. I trust your YouTube. I just hope that doesn't mean that we'll work on it and never look at it. Look at me, YouTube. Look at my tiny artist self. And don't worry, I'm kind of lucky that my main source of revenue isn't just making videos. I'm also making art and products, so making the videos is more for fun. So I definitely don't have to sit there and stress over whether or not I'm going to be getting ad revenue. It's just kind of like an extra bonus and something that would be really exciting to see come in. I also know not everybody can afford to spend money on artwork, or some of you all live out of the United States where I'm located, so shipping is unfortunately super high. So this way you could show a little support by watching videos instead. Who doesn't love free content that supports an artist, right? Speaking of international supporters, I would love to hear where you guys are from. I get so excited when I see someone comment and say like, hugs from India. Like, oh, that's so cool. Or an order in my shop that's from Japan. Like, it's an unbelievable feeling to know that my artwork is getting literally across the world. I've lived in this little area my whole life and didn't get on a plane until a couple of years ago when I was 24. The fact that I'm actually kind of spreading across the world is the coolest thing in the world to me. I even have a little map that I should probably, I haven't actually scratched it off yet, but maybe I'll do that on YouTube. I don't know, maybe that's kind of boring though. So I have this map that I want to scratch off every area that I've shipped my art to. And when you scratch it off, it has like a pretty watercolor texture underneath each country. And every time I ship to a new country, I'm like, yes, I get to put it on my map. Maybe I'll do that on camera. I don't know. Let me know if you guys are interested in that. Could be kind of fun. I think I've shipped to like 20% of the world by now. I'm not sure. It's all very exciting and unbelievable to me. And lastly, I kind of want to vent about something. I kind of vented about it in my Instagram stories today, but since I've mentioned it a couple of times here, I figured why not vent to you guys? You may have heard me talk about really needing and wanting a studio space, but since I live in California, renting property is really, really expensive. And for some reason in the area I live in, there's not a whole lot of studio spaces or industrial spaces for rent unless it's like a doctor's entire office, and I don't need that. So I was really excited when I found a kind of studio/gallery area really close by called Studio Channel Islands that had turned an old elementary school into artist studios. I visited it back in April and thought it was so cool. Definitely a little bit more fine art than illustration, but the majority of the artists working there were very kind. And when I told them that I was a art college instructor focusing on marketing and social media, and then kind of talked about my social media presence and stuff like that, they were all really excited and hoped that I would get a residency so that I could kind of like teach a little class there, which I thought would be awesome. So I went to their website, and turned out you needed to pay a $100 a year membership fee to be able to apply for a residency. So I thought, okay, that's all right. You know, this is the fine art world. I understand they get the majority, of their money from supporters, and maybe they just want people who are really serious. So I went ahead and paid the $100. Then there was a $25 application fee, which again, in the fine art world doesn't seem too crazy. But before I did that, I paid the $100 membership fee and decided to participate in their art market. It's called like Arts Alive, I think. It was marketed on their website as like a big art sale with tons and tons of artists and music and food from across the world, and just this huge event that is super successful. So I was like, sweet, yeah, I want to be a part of that. So again, I paid another fee. I think it was, I want to say $150, but it may have been $250. I'm not entirely sure. Let's just say $150, which is on the lower side for like a convention table, but this is like a craft fair basically. So it's a little steep for that. But the way they talked about it, I was like, okay, it's worth the money, right? So the day comes and I go in there and it's pretty mismanaged already. So I'm a little nervous, but I set up, I was excited, and oh my goodness, it was nothing like they talked about. The turnout was so incredibly small. There weren't rows and rows of booths like in past pictures. Like, I honestly don't know what happened. I found the ad in the paper for it, and they didn't even show the location for where the art market would be. One of my students from LCAD actually drove all the way up to see it, and she was shocked by how just tiny it was and how it didn't look like their flyers at all. I mean, it was bad. It was embarrassing. It was really embarrassing to have my student come and see this. Needless to say, I didn't even make that booth price back for 2 days, which is really not good if your vendors aren't making the booth price back. That's not good. But I thought, hey, you know what? Maybe I can help with, social media and marketing presence. So I went ahead and applied anyway. It was a, long application process, and I wanted to do a really professional job. So I got all of my credentials in order, sent it in, and their website is another really mismanaged thing. Didn't get any confirmation or anything. It was just really confusing and vague. And so I had to email, and the director, who is the person I've been dealing with all of this, said that, oh no, it went through, we'll let you know. Well, months went by, and I checked up every month, like once per month, nothing too crazy, and kept getting the same response. Oh, sorry, we'll find out next week for sure. We'll let you know next Friday. And then finally, I just stopped getting responses. So yesterday, I reached out to one of the artists that I had met at the galleries and said, is there any way I can check up on this? I don't know what's going on. It's been half a year. And she didn't respond, which is fine. She just sent it to that director, and he got back to me and said, oh yeah, they actually rejected you in August. Sorry. August is the last couple days of November, and you knew in August. Sorry. It's just so incredibly unprofessional and insulting to not even care to let me know when I've emailed you within those months that you knew too, and you just said, no, I don't know. Needless to say, I do not recommend Studio Channel Islands to any artists. My goodness. Could have been looking for a studio in that time. Anyway, I had to let you guys know. Wow, I vented through this whole piece. I hope you don't mind. If you do, I'm sorry. I don't know if some fine art places don't like illustrators or what. I mean, being rejected is fine. That's completely fine. I understand. But to not let me know for that long, girl, unprofessional. Well, my friends, I hope you like Sagittarius. I hope you like my voice, because you're hearing a lot of it. Keep following me on that social media and check out my Kickstarter. Subscribe and give me a like if you want more Lyfe illustration sweet videos. And I'm probably going to be going out of order for the next few and finishing up those constellation pieces so that you all know what they look like, hopefully before the Kickstarter ends. Have a lovely day!